Hey guys, thank you for stopping by my channel today. I am going to demonstrate a quick and easy approximate 5-minute makeup tutorial today, or makeup kind of get ready with me. It will be in honor of spring because we went really light on our makeup. I went for products that would be a little bit dewy or luminous because that's what we're aiming for now as we are in spring and approaching the warmer months. So I think the key to being able to accomplish a 5-minute routine, you gotta be prepared for it. If you already know the products that you wanna use to get ready very quickly, that will save you time. Because I swear, getting ready in the morning, half the time, is me deciding what kind of a look I wanna go for, what kind of a bronzer I wanna use today. So cut and dried, brief and efficient, know what you're using already. The other thing is use products that can do more than one thing. If you use products that can accomplish a number of different things, you can definitely cut down your get ready time. So if you're interested in watching this look happen, then just keep watching. So we're gonna do an approximate 5-minute makeup tutorial, which will actually take a little bit longer than 5 minutes because I'm gonna be chatty at the same time and I can't do anything efficiently if my mouth is moving and my hands need to be moving at the same time. So that will cause me to go a little bit slower than would be normal. And also I'm gonna be holding up some products and talking about them, which I can assure you I do not do on a regular basis when I am home alone just in front of the mirror. So let's get started with an approximate 5-minute tutorial. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna curl my lashes. Even though I've got pretty curled lashes already, and I know some people have the complete opposite, mine still go all different directions. So I think curling your lashes is extremely important because you kind of just line them up and kind of get them into shape evenly, and you're gonna do the pulsation thing here. I can't believe I was able to talk while I was doing that because even though that has no sharp edges, I feel like you could take out an entire eyeball. So we are gonna prime and moisturize and sun protect and skin even and hydrate and be very kind to our skin. My skin is very cranky today. Splotchy red, blemishes, dry patches, the whole bit. But the IT Cosmetics CC cream, which will take care of a number of different jobs all in one product, is where I'm going to start. I recently picked this up and started using it and have liked it and actually love it kind of tremendously. And I love a product that, especially when I'm in a rush, will do kind of double duty. This thing has an interesting smell. Has anybody noticed that? It's not necessarily bad, but it's an interesting smell. So I'm gonna be using the Artis Oval number 7 brush, which is ridiculously overpriced, but I don't know, I'm gonna do a full review on it, but it crazily spreads out your makeup so easily and so flawlessly, and I don't know. My first impression of this brush anyway is that I really, really like it. Ridiculously overpriced. I don't know if it's absolutely necessary, but every once in a while you gotta open up the pocketbook and let the cobwebs out and splurge on something that's a little bit important. So this is probably gonna be the longest step of the entire routine. I'm gonna tap my nose a little bit because it's big. The nose is big and it is splotchy. Okay, so next I'm going to take my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm going to, like normal, conceal under my eyes, but I'm also going to bring it around to my eyelids and not use a separate eyeshadow primer the way I might normally. I'm going to use my Sigma F86 brush that I normally use, and I'm going to blend in that concealer underneath and all over my eye. See what I mean? Did you see how like I'm starting to talk much slower and disjointedly because I'm trying to do 2 things at one time? That whole rub your head, pat your stomach thing, forget it. I get a big fat F every time I try to do that. Okay, so we're trying to go for a dewy, luminous, quick and easy light skin look. And so what I'm gonna use a number of times is by Hourglass. It's their Ambient Lighting Powder. I'm in the shade Luminous Light. So it is basically a flat setting powder with like a little bit of sheen. So that will allow me to set my CC cream, but at the same time allow me to continue with that luminous sort of glow. And so I'm just gonna kind of spot set because I want the powder itself to set but still not make me look flat. We don't want to look flat. Nobody wants to look flat. Anywhere, you don't want to look flat. Okay, so I'm going to take my highlighter brush, which is a Morphe M510, since I'm still holding my Hourglass lighting powder, and I'm going to highlight where I normally would on my cheeks. And this is just a really friendly way to highlight. Takes away the flatness, but you kind of can't overdo it, and so it just winds up being really friendly that way. I'm going to take my Morphe, no, see, I cannot do something so quickly without error. This is my MAC 242 lid shader brush, and I'm going to apply this to my lid because I just want to take away some of the flatness that the concealer resulted in. Even though it evened out my skin, the skin tone on my eye, I want to use this powder to bring back just a little bit of sheen. Okay, so next I'm gonna move on to a bronzer, and again I'm gonna make this bronzer work for me a number of different ways. You know, Hoola is my BFF, but today I've chosen the Nars Laguna bronzer because it has a little bit more pigment, and I need this bronzer to accomplish a number of things. So I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown overly priced also face blender brush that I love for bronzer. I'm going to take a little bit of pigment and we're just going to lightly bronze the face. No contouring, we don't have time for that, but just highlight the cheekbones a little bit with some bronzer. Bring it around to the forehead, and then ever so slightly around the jawline. Like a little, the number 3. Here we go, 3, right there. Still using that Laguna bronzer, I'm gonna take a Morphe eyeshadow brush. This is the E22, and it's just a very soft crease brush. And I'm going to just add a little bit of dimension to my eyelids by applying this bronzer in the crease, and then bring it around a little bit in the outer corner. Nothing major, just a little bit, and this really soft brush will allow you to kind of do this effortlessly and not so much worry about making mistakes or harsh lines, because it begins blending before you even touch your eyeball. Well, not actually your eyeball, you know, your eyelid. You know what I mean. Hey, we don't have eyelids that are only one color now. So next I'm going to go after my brows. By L'Oreal, I'm going to use the Brow Stylist Definer. This pencil is a lot smoother than the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which I live for. So you got to go very, very lightly. But I'm just very sloppily actually going to fill in towards the inner corner of my brows where I am definitely missing some hairy guys right there. But I'm going to take now that spoolie and literally just soften up all of those lines so that it doesn't look like I drew them on with a magic marker. I'm going to take the Brow Stylist still, and I'm going to line underneath my eyes, my lash line, my lower lash line. This is harder to do with the Anastasia Brow Wiz because it's a much harder pencil. This one, although comparable, is a hair softer and allows you to do a really good line underneath. Okay, now to set my brows, but also add a little bit of color, a little bit of filler, I'm gonna use the Gimme Brow by Benefit. And this will just further kind of touch up and finish off my brows, as well as keep them in place. They're not perfect. I could spend an entire 5 minutes or more on my brows, but we don't got that kind of time. Did you notice I'm like talking a little bit fast and a little bit like a robot? I don't even have to be anywhere in 5 minutes, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta get it out and we gotta do this in 5 minutes. I'm gonna take the CoverGirl Supersizer mascara. I already have very long lashes, and so I need to volumize them. And if you've already got you've got a lot of lashes and you've got voluminous lashes, then you'll want to choose a mascara perhaps that does the opposite and lengthens them. Or you could just go for an all-in-one. But I have been loving the Supersizer mascara simply because I didn't like it initially. So I still carry some guilt about it. No, it's actually a really good mascara and really separates, lengthens, volumizes. Oh my gosh. Can I just point out that I was a straight A student and it sounds like I'm having difficulty talking. But that's okay. I can admit my character flaw. Okay, finally, I am gonna use another product a number of ways. This is by Stila. This is the Convertible Color, which is kind of a cream blush that you can also wear on your lips. I imagine you can use some other cream blushes on your lips, but this one says I can specifically, and so that's kind of why I chose it. I also like this one as far as the color option. There are a number of other brands out there that I've looked into, but they just didn't have a really nice muted pink, which was kind of what I was looking for. So after you put it on your cheeks, you can put it on your lips. And I had to say that real quick because I can't really talk. This is a shit show. But hey, if you overslept and you need to get out the door, done. That was a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but remember, we were chatty. But you get the idea. Use some products a number of different ways, and you can definitely trim down your routine because you're simply not fishing for a bunch of stuff. Okay, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you felt like you learned something or laughed a little, then give me a thumbs up for that as well. If you're already one of my subscribers, thank you for coming back. If you are not one of my subscribers, then I'm just gonna flat out ask you, please subscribe. I am on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me over there as well. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and in the meantime, thanks.
So if you... I'm not done with my intro. So if you nothing. And know what your go-to kind of get ready, what are we getting rid of? That also will cut you down and save you, cut you down. Oh, we don't want to cut you down. We want to build you up. Makeup is about building you up and increasing your confidence. Confidence? I can't even get through my own blooper without blooping. Makeup is supposed to build your confidence, not cut you down. Oh my gosh.